Heippa hei taas. Ja tervehdys. Ja näkemiin. Yes, näkemiin. Vai mitä se oli? Ja tervetuloa taas tähän Stanley Parable pelailuun taas. Ajattelin, että otetaan taas vielä ainakin tämä jakso. Katsotaan. Vielä löytyy varmaan monia erilaisia mahdollisuuksia kaikkialta. Yritän tässä skippailla vähän eri juttuja. Mutta katsotaan tosiaan taas. Lähdetään aloittaa taas uudelleen. Tota nää kattoo.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Mennään tosiaan nyt taas tänne vielä. Tuli katseltua vähän, että miten niitä joitain lopetuksia voi tehdä, niin ihan mielenkiinnosta, että mitä täältä löytyy.
Stanley felt lightheaded, butterflies in his stomach, giddy in a way he had never known before. Was it this room? A connection between the two? Could a man love a room? I mean, truly, deeply, madly love. But eager to get back to business,
tossa tommonen yksi hyvä on just se, että niinku mennään tosiaan tästä suoraan, mutta nyt pudotetaan tosta. Siitä mä tykkään tästä pelistä se, että on tää se niinku juttu tässä on hyvä, että kun on näitä tyyppejä. Et se niinku joka kerta, kun sä menet sinne Blois Loungeen, niin sä...
There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why? I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance. Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door.
Mennään tällä kertaa punaisesta ovesta.
Oh, thank God you are willing to listen to me. Do you see that I really have wanted you to be happy all this time? The problem is all these choices. The two of us always trying to get somewhere that isn't here. Running and running and running, just the way you're doing right now. Don't you see that it's killing us, Stanley? I wanted to stop. We would both be so much happier if we just stopped. And I think I have a solution. Here, let me show you.
Okei, se on pakko mennä.
What do we want? What are we looking for? Here. Yes. Oh, it's beautiful, isn't it? If we just stay right here, right in this moment with this place, Stanley, I think I feel happy. I actually feel happy.
Okay. Okei. Mitäköhän? Tää on vaan tää valoshow. Voisi hypätä alas? Ei voi. Mitäs täällä on?
No, wait. Where are you going? Oh no. Stay away from those stairs. If you hurt yourself, if you die, the game will reset. We'll lose all of this. Please, no, Stanley, let me stay here. Don't take this from me.
Oh.
No!
Ouch.
Oh, thank God you lived. You had me worried there for a moment. Now, can we please get back to the other room?
Tää vaan tätä, että jos mä menen tähän, niin tää vaan niinku jää tänne.
There. See? This is what you want. This is where we can both be happy. We really can. If we stop moving, we just have to stop moving.
Okei, mä otan vähän aikaa, että jos tässä nyt tapahtuu jotain. Jos ei, niin sitä täytyy taas... Okei, ei tästä taida mitään olla. Täytyy taas mennä hyppimään.
Stanley, go back. There's nothing good that can come from this. No. No. What do you just not believe me? What can I say to convince you? Stanley, let's go back to the other... My God, is this really how much you dislike my game? That you'll throw yourself from this platform over and over to be rid of it? You are literally willing to kill yourself to keep me from being happy. Am I reading the situation correctly? Or maybe you're just getting a kick out of it. I don't know anymore. I just wanted us to get along. But I guess that was too much to ask. It looks like you wanted to make a choice after all. Well, this one is yours. Is it over? It's going to restart, isn't it? I'm going back.
Tuo niinku, tosta tuli kyllä semmonen juttu vähän kävi sääliksi, vaikka se on vaan tommonen ääni vaan, niin. Täytyy vaan kokeilla, että tippuu tonne alas joku kerta.
Let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side.
Mennään sinisestä ovasta.
Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door.
Ja mitäs tää?
Aha, perhaps you misunderstood. Stanley walked through the red door. I still don't think we're communicating properly. Stanley walked through the red... All right, fine, go ahead, Stanley. You want to know so badly what's out there? You want to find out what lies at the end of this road you've chosen? Well, don't let me stop you. You see? There's nothing here. I haven't even finished building this section of the map because you were never supposed to be here in the first place. Broken rooms, exposed developer textures. Is this what you wanted? Was it worth ruining the entire story I had written out specifically for you? Do you not think I put a lot of time into that? Because I did. And in the end, it was all for nothing. Because this is what you wanted to see. Help me here, Stanley. Help elucidate these strange and unknowable desires of yours. What would have made this game better? What did you want to see? Vehicles? Skill trees? Work with me. You've given me absolutely nothing so far. Tell you what. Let me take a stab in the dark at a new design, and you can give me some feedback. There we go. A third option. This already feels leaps ahead of where we were before. Go ahead, Stanley. Take it for a spin. Okay, I'm going to stop you there. Now, tell me about your experience with this new version. Would you say that the game benefited from allowing you more choices? Feel free to be honest. I'm looking for some real critical feedback here.
Taas se. On sitä niinku just se, että helvettiä.
Aha! You see, I knew I was onto something. Where do these flashes of inspiration come from? How did I know the game needed a third door? Well, it's instinct mostly, a calling in your gut. I really couldn't say where the idea came from, except that I felt it in my soul. You can't teach that, Stanley. Don't even try. Here, based on the data from your previous playthrough, I've compiled a new version. And to be perfectly candid, I think I've knocked it out of the park with this one. Let's take a look.
Stanley Parable Worldwide Leaderboard. Good old Neo, Skiddy, Wall. My players skipped into sequence only for online. How long does it take you to get the correct door complete against the Stanley Parable career? Okay. Mitäs jos mä menen tänne uudelleen?
Now, would you say that competitive leaderboard helped you feel motivated to keep walking through doors? Again, honest answers, please.
I don't know.
I nearly forgot. I've got a prototype of a new game I've been working on, and now would be a lovely opportunity to give it some playtesting. You wouldn't mind taking a look at it, would you? Perfect. Let me boot it up.
Mikäs peli?
In this game, the baby crawls left towards danger. You click the button to move him back to the right, and if he reaches the fire, you fail. It's a very meaningful game, all about the desperation and tedium of endlessly confronting the demands of family life. I think the art world will really take notice. But of course, the message of the game only becomes clear once you've been playing it for about 4 hours. So why don't you give it 4 hours of play to make sure it's effective? Be sure to keep notes on your experience.
Just silleen, että voi ristus sentään. Okei, nyt riitti. Laitetaan se sinne paloon.
You heartless bastard.
Bastard.
Did you do it because you hate babies or purely to spite me? Because if it's the latter, well, I don't know what to do. I'm completely out of ideas. I can't think of a single thing that might improve the experience for me. I'm not even going to try. I'm out. I'm done. It's
Loppu.
over. Thank you for playing. Your input was extremely valuable. Oh, hell, since my game was so awful, why don't we play someone else's game? Just to ease the pain. Let's see. What do we have here? Yes. This seems like it'll work. Let's give it a shot.
Okei, mikäs nyt? Mikäs nyt tulee?
Well, Stanley, is this any better? At last,
tästä voi
one
liikkua.
thing you've always desired. A game I had absolutely nothing to do with. But is it enough? Tell me that, Stanley.
Ensimmäinen kerta
Will it ever
Minecraft-maailmassa.
be enough? Well, I'll say this. I'm done making things for you. From now on, I will only create to fulfill a greater artistic purpose. Watch this, Stanley. I'm going to build a house. This will go here. No, here. And then...
Silleen.
See, what does it need? Yes, of course. And just to finish it all off, yes, it's complete. I made this, Stanley. Look at it. Gaze upon my work of art and feel ashamed at your own inadequacy. But you've only seen it from the outside. You've only gotten half the experience. Please, step inside and make yourself comfortable. Isn't it grand? Isn't it perfect? It could only be better if... Wait, that's it. We must rebuild it out of diamond. Diamond everything. Yes. Come along, Stanley. We have to go mining.
Ensimmäinen kerta Minecraft-maailmassa varmaan ikinä, ettei vaan ikinä pelannut edes Minecraftia. Mutta on aika hauska justiinsa, että...
It looks like it's going to get a bit dark. Have you brought a light?
No, I didn't.
Oh, no. This is far more open-ended than I had in mind. I'm looking for something more narrow and linear. Something that makes you feel utterly irrelevant. This won't do at all. 1 out of 5. Even the diamonds couldn't save this one. Okay, new game.
Okei, uusi peli. Mikäs peliin me nyt mennään? Aha.
Yes! I don't even know what this game is, but I love it. You, trapped in a glass box with no way out, listening to me talk. Oh, it's inspired. I couldn't have done it any better myself. What is this game even supposed to be? I can't figure it out. Okay, now I'm curious. Let's go find out what the hell this is.
Portal.
Oh, it's a puzzle. Critical thinking, Stanley. Your forte. genius.
Mm.
No, actually, you know what? I think that's plenty. I really don't care much to see you stumble through any more of these.
Okay. Work in progress. Okay, so... Mä en edes huomannut, että siinä oli käppi. Okay. Where the hell am I? Tuolla on jotain, tuollakin valo. Mitäs täällä on? Okei. Okay. Ei mitään. Aha. Okei. Okay.
I wonder what he found. If what he wanted was to be the leading man in his own story, well, perhaps he's gotten it. Down in wherever he is right now. I wonder if he's happy with his choice. And if he's learned the heavy cost that comes with it. He'll understand soon what I was trying to tell him. He needs me. Someone who will wrap everything up at the end, to make sense out of the chaos and the fear and the confusion. That's who I am. That is what I mean to this world. Oh, yes. Yes, I'll be back. There's no other way. Once this ends, after it all comes to a close, then I'll be back. The end will be here soon. Very soon. I can wait.
Sitä niinku, että lopeta itse peli nyt ilmeisesti. Ei kato, kyllä se jatkaa.
Stanley decided, but eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Mennään tänne.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Yeah.
But in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death. Good job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
Very powerful. Oi.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
Just said.
There was nothing here. No choice to make, no path to follow. Just an empty broom closet. No reason to still be here.
Mitä se sanoo?
It was baffling that Stanley was still just sitting in the broom closet. He wasn't even doing anything. At least if there was something to interact with, he'd be justified in some way. As it is, he's literally just standing there doing sweet FA. Are you really still in the broom closet? Standing around doing nothing? Why? Please offer me some explanation here. I'm genuinely confused. You do realize there's no choice or anything in here, right? If I'd said Stanley walked past the broom closet, at least you would have had a reason for exploring it to find out. But it didn't even occur to me because literally this closet is of absolutely no significance to the story whatsoever. I never would have thought to mention it.
Just silleen.
Maybe to you this is somehow its own branching path. Maybe when you go talk about this with your friend, you'll say, "Oh, did you get the broom closet ending? The broom closet ending was my favourite." I hope your friends find this concerning.
Just silleen, että...
Stanley was fat and ugly and really, really stupid. He probably only got the job because of a family connection. That's how stupid he is. That or with drug money. Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers.
Ragnarös. Reilu.
Well, I've come to a very definite conclusion about what's going on right now. You're dead. You got to this broom closet, explored it a bit, and were just about to leave because there's nothing here, when a physical malady of some sort shut down your central nervous system and you collapsed on the keyboard. Well, in a situation like this, the responsible thing is to alert someone nearby so as to ensure that your body is taken care of before it begins to decompose. Hello? Anyone who happens to be nearby? The person at this computer is dead. He or she has fallen prey to any number of your countless human physiological vulnerabilities. It's indicative of the long-term sustainability of your species. Please remove their corpse from the area and instruct another human to take their place at the computer, making sure they understand basic first-person video game mechanics and filling them in on the history of narrative tropes in video gaming, so that the irony and insightful commentary of this game is not lost on them. All right, when you've done that, just step out into the hallway.
Just silleen. Justiinsa näin, että... Otas.
Ah, second player. It's good to have you on board. I guarantee you can't do any work. You too? Unbelievable. I'm at the mercy of an entire species of invalids. Perhaps there's a monkey nearby you can hand the controls to.
Monkey.
A fish? Fungus? Look, you can hammer out the details. I'm not particularly picky. I'll just be waiting for when you're ready to pick up the story again.
Silleen... Just silleen, että... This person is dead. Ai. Jos mä menen tänne.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Ehkä tässä on joku...
Here's the door.
Mitäs täällä on? Huh. Money in the mornings, money in the evening. Money for breakfast. Money crisps. Money. Vai niin? Otas, mitäs täällä on? Broom closet. Menee taas broom closettiin. Kai siinäkin on joku lopetus siinä. Okei, siellä on. Taas. Okay. What is in here? You are now leaving. Where? Hey. Where the hell am I going now? luupattua, että luupataan. Tälläkin tuntuu niin oudolta, kun ei ole toi kertoja enää höpöttämässä tuolla. Palataan, kun jotain tapahtuu. En näe mitään. Mitä tapahtuu? Okei. Okay. Okei, se oli joku ihan... Se oli joku
Stanley
pod.
had never seen the office this brightly lit. Was it a sign of something? He hoped it was. He hoped very much that it was.
Tässä oli joku, että...
But Stanley simply couldn't handle the pressure. What if he had to make a decision? What if a crucial outcome fell under his responsibility? He had never been trained for that. No. This couldn't go any way except badly. The thing to do now, Stanley thought to himself, is to wait. Nothing will hurt me. Nothing will break me. In here I can be happy forever. I will be happy. Stanley waited. Hours passed, then days. Had years gone by? He no longer had the ability to tell. But the one thing he knew for sure, beyond any doubt, was that if he waited long enough, the answers would come. Eventually, someday, they would arrive. Soon, very soon now, this will end. He will be spoken to. He will be told what to do. Now it's just a little bit closer. Now it's even closer. Here it comes.
Okei, sellainen lopetus oli se. Sitten oli
All
hetkinen.
of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Mitenköhän se oli, että... Sitten oli joku lopetus liittyi johonkin näihin. Kas tämä, mikäkään paikka toi on, miksi siellä on ovi auki? Tuollakin on jotain tollasta, mitenköhän noin tonnekin pääsis?
At first, Stanley assumed he'd broken the map, until he heard this narration and realized it was part of the game's design all along. He then praised the game for its insightful and witty commentary into the nature of video game structure and its examination of structural narrative tropes. So, now that you're here, what do you think? Isn't this a fun and unique place to be? Why don't we take a minute just to drink it all in? Okay, I'm over it now. What do you think? Are you sick of this gag yet?
No. No.
Ah, then in that case, we'll continue. But now, here comes the real question. What do you think would have happened if you had told me that you wanted this to stop? Do you think it would have been particularly different? Would I have taken the same idea but rephrased it superficially to fit that answer? Perhaps you never would even have thought of it if I hadn't brought up the issue in the first place. Oh, now think about it. Will it be worth it for you to restart and then come back here just to do the other option? Clearly, this whole gag takes some time. what if the other option is even longer? How long will you spend in total just to have heard all the narration? Oh, and this is rich. Perhaps you've just played the other option, and now you've come to see what happens in this one. So, what do you think? Which choice was the better one? Imagine if you had selected continue on your first playthrough, how tantalizing it would be not knowing what happens when you pick the other option. Indeed, you are one of the lucky ones. Though if the other option is really miserable to listen to, then perhaps you're not. In fact, I'm just going to say that no one who's listening to this is lucky. Well now, I've built up the other options so much that I'm going to stop talking and leave you to your decision whether to come back here, continue with the game, or just sit in this spot forever and ever. Cheers.
Cheers. Okei. Aika hauskaa fourth wall breakia. Kokeillaan sitten mitäs Jess sanoo.
At first, Stanley assumed he'd broken the map until he heard this narration and realized it was part of the game's design all along. He then praised the game for its insightful and witty commentary into the nature of video game structure and its examination of structural narrative tropes. So, now that you're here, what do you think? Isn't this a fun and unique place to be? Why don't we take a minute just to drink it all in?
Okay.
Okay, I'm over it now. What do you think? Are you sick of this gag yet? Well, I don't know how to say this politely, but you could literally just hit escape and restart the game any old time you want. Like, right now. You could have done it just then. Now would also be an appropriate time to quit. Any of these points and so many, many more, all of them are appropriate. I'm enjoying what seems to be an internal conflict going on where you are literally unable to act on your own desires to restart the game. So, just to push the envelope, I'm going to try and make this as miserable as possible and see how long you can maintain. There once was a man named Stanley, who people considered so manly. But the truth must be told, he was not very old and was quite particularly gangly. What Stanley liked most was buttons. He pushed them like some kind of glutton. He did it all day in a meaningful way, but his brain had long ceased to function. Which is why he is in this parable and lives an existence quite terrible. And if you are not strong and keep playing along, you too will become quite unbearable.
Reilu.
You too will become quite unbearable.
Ja vielä se jatkaa. Vieläkö? Vieläkö jatket? Onkohan se aikoo soitella, niin sitä skittaa. Okei, se varmaan luuppaa koko ajan. Okei, ja nyt kokeillaan vähän sitä pitempää, elikkä...
Of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Oh no, not again. I won't be part of this. I'm not going to encourage you. I'm not going to say anything at all. I'm just going to be patient and wait for you to finish whatever it is you enjoy doing so much in this room. Please take your time.
Klop, 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 klop.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there. Meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers. All of his co-workers were... Wait, no. This isn't the right office, is it? Is this Stanley's office?
Eli oli. Oliko niitä vielä aktivointeja? Ei tainnut olla. Okay. What is going to happen now? Welcome Stanley to heaven. What? What the hell? So many buttons. Just silleen, että okei, eli tää tuskin enää niinku mitään voi tehdä, koska noita ylänuppuja voi peittää, se voi olla tosiaan sitä. Ootas hetki. Okei, ne menee uudelleen päälle, okei. Eli tää oli varmaan sitten tässä. No mutta sellainen oli Stanley Parable. Ja mä uskon tosiaan, että tässä ei varmaan enää mitään muuta olekaan, että ihan hauska peli kyllä ja tällainen walking simulaattoreiden esi-isä ja tällaista tosiaan varmaan sitten seuraavaan kertaa sitten, milloin se ikinä tuleekaan. Se on sitten siihen asti. Morjens.